What is up, Derek, 13 Series Engineering here, coming to you with part 2 of our Kafka consumer setup. So last time I muddled through some Node. I'm so bad at writing Node. It's been like, oh man, a couple years. I mean, I write JavaScript every day, but just the Node syntax and different things, I forgot what I'm doing. This is not like a super awesome um, example of Node. Um, this isn't even a repository I'm going to make. It's never going to get hosted. There's security issues. There's no tests. We're not even going to write classes. It's just to like consume the Kafka messages and reroute it to the clients and do all that stuff. Um, I know last time we kind of talked about the plan, like we're just going to get this to work, then we're going to nuke everything and implement a turbo stream in the next video using hub interface instead of the entity broadcasts. Basically, we just want this to work. So the server is running. Last time we were consuming this test JSON message that I made. Um, Basically, that message is just going to get passed to the front end in a stimulus controller. We're going to consume it, and then we're going to play with actually doing this with HTML. I think I got a camera focus issue. Oh, all right, there we go. Looks good. So we're going to leave this running. This is our Kafka test thing that we messed with last time, and my chair is falling. All sorts of problems already. Okay, um, so here we go. We're going to open our drydock app again, which has been running this whole time, just flipping windows. Okay, so this alert controller, like we talked about before, is the stimulus controller for this alert drawer, which is right here. Boom, boom, gets triggered. I'm not going to worry about the number badge thing. We're probably going to mess with that when we do hub interface and turbo streams, just because I'm going to have to rewrite all this stuff anyways. Not trying to make it super crazy annoying. Okay, we have our WebSocket server set up. That's the Node server. It's running. So we need to connect to that in Stimulus. So too easy. WebSockets, just as a built-in JavaScript thing, we're just going to do this. This should be localhost 8080. Now we should connect to it, and the consumer, we're going to have to tell it to connect because it needs, it's waiting for a message. Socket.send, that's what we need to do. And we also need to consume all this. Let me just make sure I got this right. Blah, blah, blah. On message. We're not even handling the WebSocket stuff like opening and closing correctly. We're just not. Basically, this is what we need: is on message, which is receiving the message, and then send. So just going to copy those all together. And their events, so basically, well, send is an event, but we're going to send it. We're just going to console log out this message event, which should hopefully have our Kafka messages. And then we'll obviously, we have our drawer element. We'll just print them event dot whatever. We'll see what's in there. This we need to, so we're going to need to send a client ID, some type of client ID. So we have our own personal Kafka consumer for this account. So we're going to go like static values, and this is going to be values we're going to get passed in at property string. Let's just go email value. That might not be super intuitive. We'll just, account email, user email value, sure. User email string. And when we connect to this, we need to user email. We need to make sure this is passed in the controller for main. I did this backwards, I think. Wow. Stimulus controller values. Brain dump, I can't remember anything. You are right. I had it right the first time. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't like that, because it's not uppercase. Yeah, I guess. Okay. JavaScript struggles, man. I guess I haven't just put enough time into learning some stuff or writing enough stuff in JS, because I'd rather just do it in PHP, you know? Anyways, we're gonna send it, we're just gonna send it the email. That's all it's gonna take to connect to the client. Not a great practice here, but like I said, for our example, this unsecure, hackable thing that all you could do is just connect to the consumer. Well, just get a WebSocket dumps from the consumer. I mean, there's no security issues, there's no PID, there's no really like problems with doing this. It's just horrible practice, but it's just a little thing that, like, you know, it's a little switch that flips data around and you know, gets you data from a Kafka client. It doesn't, a Kafka broker cluster for a specific topic, and we in the front end here have no control over that data. It just gets dumped to us, so there's nothing we can do with it really. We can send messages to this WebSocket server I've set up, but it's not really going to do anything either. So whatever, it's fine. View controller, main view. Okay, we want to pass the user ID. So user email, we are going to do this get user and get identifier, and that should be our email. Let's make sure before we actually connect to the website. Well, we can try it. We'll console, make sure this is the right thing first, and then go from there. Okay, so I probably need to have Webpack running, and I probably don't have it running. I don't think I was fully awake when I did the first part of this video, because I just struggled through writing like one little index file for Node server. This might take a minute, unfortunately. There we go. Okay. So if I reload this, oh, come on. Docker's not even running. Man, dropping the ball everywhere. We're going to have to do Docker Compose. At least the Symfony server's still running, so that's fine. This takes a minute. Then we have to run Docker Compose. Then we can run Webpack again. And my frame rate for my face is going to tank here, because we have so much stuff running on this machine. But that's not a big deal. Should be fine. Only momentary. There we go. Okay. I have something running that I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, Docker. Mercury, I guess, didn't get shut down correctly. That's okay though. Not a big deal. Cool. Okay. Now we should. Alright, there we go. Good. Why are you so unhappy? Let's see. Turbo frame didn't load correctly. But it should have. I didn't get a 500 back. I do have a console error. That's TF login. I'm not sure what's up with this. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. We obviously are. I bet it's probably right. Okay. That's surprising that that made our turbo frame not work though. Let's try that again. We still logged in. Okay, we're good now. I'm not sure what was up with that. Docker wasn't up all the way or something. Okay, so we need to make sure WebSocket is connected. Open. Okay. Ready state. I think it should be on open, right? Let's just set that up here. That's what we need to do. On open, and then you can give it a callback, right? I love how this is. We should probably give this like the right syntax, but I guess it's okay. Soccer. Socket. Cool. This doesn't need to be on open because we're just registering that. I think, anyways. Did I console log the right username too? Yes, I did. Okay, sweet. So that's working. Stimulus is so easy to pass variables in and out of everything. Module build failed. Unexpected token. Yeah, that'll do it. There we go. Yikes. This user email. We might need to like pass this in or make it local. Just a little trick you can do. Change the scope of this variable and then it's all happy instead of it being class-wide. All right. Data, something. Cool. Okay, so we got a message received on connect. All this stuff happened really quickly. We are connected. That's the data is something message event. So data is what we want to get. Something. There we go. Okay, now let's go look at our node server. So we got all this stuff. New client connected. Consumers rebalancing. So here's our it's a new client every time. Group ID. We probably want to set our own group for this. It's not rereading any messages. We're going to deal with that in a minute. Here we're logging out that buffer value. The group is rebalancing, so rejoin is needed. I'm hoping Kafka.js, I think Kafka.js handled, this happens a lot. Hopefully Kafka.js will handle that correctly. Okay, so in our front end, we're logging out the message that gets sent. That's all good and happy. Message.data. What we really want to do is just print it. So this dot drawer element target Why are you so unhappy with this? I don't know. Seems fine. Okay. Inner H, or we're gonna do append. Document dot create element. We'll just, I don't know. I'll do a P, I guess. So this is an example of browser rendering, right? Inner HTML. Basically, we're going to do this where we append just the message data. It's still going to be browser rendering. We're probably going to have to do a template thingy-majiggy to get that to work, to like pop in an alert deal. Well, that's okay. We can add that template. Yeah, I think we're going to pass the template markup, and then that template we're going to clone deep and append it. And that should be all we need to do. We'll see. We'll see. It's been a minute since I've done this, but I think it'll work. And that twig should render everything else. So it just receives the template, clones it, appends it into this drawer. Event.data. We got to make sure data is not a JSON object. It's an actual string that gets sent. I'm going to find reading append. I think because we're in a callback. So we got to do this again. We can also just put this in a different function. I'm just doing this for now. Not a big deal. We're just creating a new, we're not creating a new instance of it every time. We're just shifting the variable to something that's scoped properly. And if we look in there, something rendered out, because that's what we passed it when we connected. All right, so all this is working. Now we're going to want to open WebSocket setup, super easy. Obviously a lot more to do to make it legitimate instead of just all jangled together, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. It just is. On connect. So message value toString. We've been messing with this. We want to on this message. Here's the thing. We're sending it this message, which is the email. I'm not seeing that logged out anyplace, except maybe there. New client connected. Maybe it's that buffer. Oh, I need a reserve, I think. Oops. We're going to take this. We're going to put it in here. Lots of console logs. Lots and lots and lots. There we go. Test one. All right, so user ID is our email. We're going to just concatenate this user ID. So that's our client ID. Test group. We'll just do dry doc client group. This group ID needs to be unique for the person, and we're gonna mess with replaying messages. Maybe in like the next video we do before we tear everything down. That'll be like the last thing we do is like the actual replay of messages and the HTML stuff and the PHP service. Although it hasn't been very long, and we're getting close to finishing this up, so I probably, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what we have time for. There we go. Look at that. Replayed all this stuff. We got message, payload. Okay, so all this stuff just popped right in. Now, cool. Okay, we can get rid of all of our console logs. Our node servers, basically, this is all it needs to do. Let's just make sure a new message pops up when we send it, and that all that's happy. Okay, let's see if we get a new sending. We did. New message was sent, and I think it came there. Let's test this again. We got 3 for this. This one, Captain Grimace. Of course, I could just change the values. I'm being lazy. 4. Okay, so it just pops in. Boom! We got it. It's working. This is just JSON stuff printing out message payload. We're gonna have to handle stuff, but in the stimulus controller. But the node server's done. This is not great, but it's just a quick little thing to, and you can tell this is on localhost. Like it's as fast as it can get. It's not instantaneous, but it's not slow, and it's going out to the internet, to the broker cluster, and coming back. It's just a tiny bit of data, so the throughput it's just so fast because it's a few it's a few bytes. It's so small. All right, cool. All this is happy. We are going to revisit it probably in the next video when we go through replaying messages since last login. We're going to have to get that from our user ID stuff. But let's not worry about that now. We'll do replays later. And that's really the strength of Kafka. It's like replaying the messages. That's the coolest part. So now let's make this actually blah, 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 do stuff when we get it. So event.data. In our payload, we're kind of going to have this whole I need to Google this because I don't know it. JavaScript, JSON, string to object. I think it's, yeah, JSON parse, that's right. JSON.parse. It's got to connect to the cluster, rebalance. That's what takes a minute. But we've already read in all these. So our offset's been committed. We could turn auto commit off and it would just replay them every time, but whatever. There we go. Okay. So I'm wondering why I think this is okay. Let's go part name. We got part name, created time, and creator. So we're just doing parts for now. Obviously, we'd want to round this out later, but like I said, we're going to nuke it all anyways and use turbo streams. So like, what's the point of making this actual OOP? There's no point, you know, it's just for fun. Part event, because we theoretically would have like created, updated, deleted, whatever. Let part event equals that, and then we'll be like part event dot creator. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get with that. Probably some undefined exception. We got nothing. We got sending. We got nothing coming through here. Let's try that again. Another sending and nothing coming in. I think it's just unhappy with this. Is it giving me blank stuff? Let's get rid of that. Oh, you know, it would probably help if Webpack was running. Wow. Gotta be a clue. Gotta recompile this. Should be recompiled now. Give it a minute to connect, which you don't have to because it'll pick up, you know. Wow, we're really struggling on this. Webpack is good. We got sending. And I'm not getting anything. Let's try that. Oh, there we go. Finally gaming. Okay, so Captain Grimace, that was working. That just took forever. Cool. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a template. I'm just going to templates. We're going to copy this stuff in here eventually. What is this? Alert. That's cool. All right, so in our alert drawer, this seems to be working. So part event, we can do creator, created at, I think it's part name too. I want to just get that all. Yeah, part name, creator, and created time. Then we want a function that is delete alert. This is a little a little hacky, but not hacky, but event.target.get parent. That should give us, so the button is just going to be inside a div. It's just going to take that div and delete it. That's it. Just delete it from the DOM. Too easy. In here, what did we do? Delete alert, right? Yep. Cool, okay. Class btn danger. We'll make it small. Wow. Class bi trash fill 2. Yes, I know. I know what I did wrong. I get it. We get it. Cool. Okay, so that's good. Then for Sass, I can't believe my stuff's not lagging right now, to be honest. That's surprising to me. We'll put this in controls and we'll go alert bg and color. Yes, I know I did that wrong. H5 alerts. This has to be H5 too, I guess. Well, here's what we can do. Technically, it shouldn't be. It's the ADA violation. H5 part created. I hate doing this. I hate breaks, but whatever. We'll just give this. It's going to be tiny. Font 18, I guess. FS6. Sure. Name. Name. And if you really wanted to get crazy with this, you would have like a view button that would pop up a modal that has that part ID. Just get it from the database. We use a turbo frame. Like we could do that actually super easily. We will do that with our turbo stream. We'll have a view. Disabled view. Because we're not going to do that now, but we will do that later. We're going to use this template we're writing right now probably. There's got to be like an eye thing, like a looking glass eye. B-I-B-I. Eye. Sure, I like that. But I bet that's cool. I got an outline one here. Outline button blue. btn outline. Oh, outline button blue. How else did well, I had outline dark in there too. I think I might want that as well. Okay. But it is disabled, so, you know, we're not even going to notice it. We got this thing in here. Did I put like button small on that? Yeah, I did. We should do that here too. Of course. btn small. And my background here isn't working. alert big. That is why. Hey, and we'll give it like a P3. Obviously, this disabled thing isn't happy. And this is going to run the timestamp's going to really run on. So we would have to handle that if we're going to do this legitimately, but we'll see what happens. See what we get out of this. It's going to be white, unfortunately, which, like, that's not great. It's not bad though. Whoa, it's disabled. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I think that's good. Now if we delete this, it's just going to nuke the whole thing. Let's put it like another break in there. It should just use padding or margin top or whatever. This is fine. If we do delete, it's that parent div, it should remove it. Oh, except it's not happy. Get parent is not a function. Right. Man, what is that? Is it just parent? Parent element? I knew I shouldn't use that break. Okay. Parent node. I think that's what we want. Hey, there we go. All right, perfect. That's all that does. It just removes that from the DOM. Now, we're going to take this whole thing, get rid of it, put it in a template tag. Not like that. We're going to give this an ID of and then cool. There's a good no. Template literals. String templates, that's not what I'm looking for. There's just a good article that like explains all this. Not an article, but there's a templating engine I could use, but there's no point in that. I just need to clone this. I guess we need an ID for this. Alert template, and then we're going to include it in the main view. In body, include template template/alert template.html.twig. Sweet. All right. There we go. Basically, this is what we're doing. By tag name, that's just saying the first template, so we don't care about that. Get element by ID. And the ID for this is alert template. Just one of them. Alert template, clone. We clone that. Perfect. And then we append the clone. Of course, there's nothing in there. So we want to take this alert and we want to replace things. Just to make this easy, we'll add another span in here. And that's what our ID should go on, so we don't have to like actually type any text. It'll just be the data from Kafka. This is obviously not like a perfect way to do this. There's lots of error handling. There's lots of exceptions that could happen. Let's see. This is what we want to do. Is just get that, just get the right things. Query selector, we're going to have whatever we put here, part created name, part created time, dot inner text equals cool, just like that. So we're just changing that stuff. And like should be good, I think. Except that's missing, part name. Part created, parts. Cool. All right, let's see if this is working. We're connected. Well, we should be. I didn't get the, one of these isn't happy. Oh, I pushed save instead. Oops. Oh, I deleted all the, I deleted a bunch of stuff, and I don't think I restarted this, but whatever, it should still work. I deleted the console log stuff, but, you know, we got nothing in here. We'll send a Kafka message. was sent, and nothing so far. Also, I mean, stuff's going slow because I'm recording and doing all this stuff. We might need to stop and reload Webpack. Or there's just... Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Man, this is frustrating. I'm not getting any exceptions, though. What am I forgetting? There's nothing in there. I do have this alert template. Document fragment, that's why I have to clone it. We got all this stuff. So that's at least there, just not printing out. We are going to restart our node server as well. I think we got snow coming here in Utah tonight. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. October tomorrow, snow today. Alright, Webpack's good. That seems to be running. Oh, well, I need to reconnect to it. That's my problem. Let's try that again. Okay, undefined reading query selector. Cool, at least that came in. Alright, maybe this is what's wrong? Not a wizard at templates, but it's something like this. We got the right data coming in. We just, yeah, this stuff should be right. I wonder if it is because WebSocket is not connecting, or is it something with our node server where there's a rebalance going on? And you can tune all this stuff. Like when rebalancing happens, you can tell it not to rebalance. You can do all these things to really smooth stuff out. There's a ton of things you can tune that are just way better, way different than WebSocket. I'm also just taking a ton of system resources with all the stuff I'm doing right now. I also wonder if we're not rebalancing. Consumers join the group. This is definitely more of like a Kafka related thing that's happening, where I think because our WebSocket's probably not closing correctly. I don't know. We're producing messages fine. We're just not getting we got our log statement out here again. I might need to shut this down and rejoin. That rebalancing should be fine though. It just takes time for it to rejoin. We don't really have that time. But, it's like stuck in perpetual rebound. Not rebound, rebalance. It's stuck in perpetual rebalance. So we have that the consumer joined the group. Oh, you know what? I should put like a hyphen in there. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Send another message. Like those messages got consumed. There we go. Okay, and there we go. Our thing rendered out just like that. I was like on the wrong screen when that happened. Let's send another one. There we go. Okay, we need to definitely add like a margin bottom to that. But as you can see, cool. Our alerts are working. We're using Kafka. Now we need to stick this in part created and probably and create like a service for our librd Kafka. So we have real data doing this, not fake data. And we need to figure out these rebalances and handle that. Yes, I know. Max retry time have nothing to do with this and changing, but that's true. They're expected. I feel like the rejoin. Here, let's Google this. Kafka.js not rejoining. I feel like that's what's happening. It's not rejoining. We probably want that. There's some stuff we want in this. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff we just want to configure to like, let this happen. Oh, I need to add that in my notes server. But we're going to roll on through with the next video in a little bit here, where we're going to just implement this in PHP, where that twig, that template is going to get rendered, and we're going to pass it in as markup, and just do some fun stuff with that. And then we'll go on and do a bunch of things with turbo streams, delete all this stuff just to clean it up. But yeah, that'll be in the following days, I guess. But now, we can see, if we have a different client connected to this, if we create a different account, we're gonna replay a bunch of messages. We're gonna get a bunch of exceptions, and so here's what we want to do, just to handle these. And here's the thing. We have this one instance of a consumer. We're going to make another one because we're going to register a new group, and it'll replay we're going to get a ton of alerts in there. Let me also fix this. MB3. Probably it's going to break our DOM, but that's okay. Type of... Well, let's check it. Let's use this one. JavaScript is defined. Type of if type of that does not equal undefined. Then we do this stuff. Or else we skip it. With auto commit being false, we well, I haven't changed that in the node server. Anyways, check this out. Let's see if we can get this to work real quick. Do I need to reserve anything? I don't think so. We should just be able to register a new user. Hopefully nothing's broken with our register recently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should log us in. And there we go. We got all these alerts just popped in. This should probably be in a try catch and stuff too. We have stuff that's like message payload. It's just a string. It's not valid JSON. You know, whatever. That's fine. But we refresh this. None of these alerts will be here because we're reconnecting to WebSocket. We've already increased this, the commit ID, all this stuff. So this stuff will just be gone just by refreshing it. So that's pretty cool. We can just delete them. Our little scroll bar gets longer. And they're not here. They're not going to be there. But if we produce a new one, there we go. Cool. All right. It's working just how we want it to. So next time we're going to do the finer points. We're going to do rereading messages since last login. We're going to actually produce these from parts being created. And we're going to do some stuff with template rendering to make it work a little better. And we're going to implement the view functionality because that's not going to change on our turbo stream. We're going to reuse this template that we made essentially for the turbo stream. Super easy to do. This should be, oh, I think I have this set to fixed, this alert spell. That needs to be not fixed. It needs to be, oh, it's absolute. It needs to be fixed though. That's not great. Yeah, fixed. There we go. Much better. Cool. Okay, that's all we got. You know, we'll do kind of our last like step of this next time and do some finer stuff, and then I think we'll probably just delete everything and make it a turbo stream since we're there once we get it to work. Maybe I'll do that in a different video. 2 more videos left, and we can finally be done with our whole WebSocket messaging transport stuff. Just wrapping it up. Thanks. I'll catch you guys later.